Hi, everyone. Peter Morse from the Faculty Association. I hope your summer's going well. By now, you should have received in the mail a check for your retro pay for the pay raises for the 22-23 year if you had an assignment in fall, winter, or spring. And so we wanted to show you a little online checker that you can use to make sure that the amount you got is at least roughly correct. Unfortunately, it's a little complicated for part-time faculty because your pay comes in different amounts for different paychecks. And this is, I'm not going to spend this time to talk about the paycheck process itself, but I do want to give you at least a quick way to find out if this retro is correct. And then we'll set up other videos to help you understand your pay stubs each month a little bit better. So on the smcfa.org homepage, you click on the 22-25 contract details link, and you'll see right at the top here is the part-time faculty retro checker link. So when you click on that, it opens up a short page. Looking at the whole thing, there's just a fairly short spreadsheet. And the thing that's important here to understand is that once you understand what to look for on your pay stub, you can easily fill in this. Now, I know a number of folks may not save every single pay stub. Perhaps this will be a motivation for you in the future to really do keep a hold on to all of those stubs, punch holes in them, put them in a folder, put them somewhere safe, because it's so important to keep track of what your pay is from month to month. So at least for the retro piece of this, which we're concentrating on today, you need to look at the very top of any of your pay stubs, and there'll always be a pay cycle code. And for part-time faculty hourly pay, it's always C2 something. And so what we're going to need you to pull out from old pay stubs are the 4 pay stubs from the fall, 2 pay stubs in winter if you were working in the winter, and then the first 2 pay stubs from spring. And already, if you're thinking, I don't have any of those, or I don't have many of those, maybe there's still a way we can help you out in the end. But if you do have the 4 from fall, 2 from winter, and the first 2 from spring, what you need to do is look at the gross pay, which is at the very bottom on the right-hand side of the pay stub. The pay stubs that you're looking for from fall, there'll be a C2C, C2D, C2E, and C2F. These are the pay stubs from September, October, November, and December. In winter, it's C2G and H, that's for January and February. And then for spring, it's only the first 2 because the May paycheck that you got and the June one that's coming up, they're at the higher pay rate. So it's really just the first 2 pay stubs that you need to have from spring. You simply enter in the gross amount. Remember, that's at the bottom right-hand corner. Just for information's sake, if you have a couple of different kinds of assignments, as shown on this pay stub, what you'll see is that you may have 3 different lines or 2 different lines. The total of that amount is going to be what the gross is. So anyway, enter in the gross amount for September through December, January and February if you have them, and March and April if you have them. If you don't have pay in a particular pay period, that's fine. Take that out. And what you'll find at the bottom here is the estimate of what the retro check the gross amount on the retro should be. Now, if you don't have those pay stubs, you could still be in luck. It turns out that September and October are usually the same amount if you have an assignment that is over the full 16 weeks. So if you have one of those, you could put in the same amount there and there. For November and December, those 2 paychecks are the same. Again, if your assignments are over the full 16 weeks. So you only need one of those. In winter, if you had an assignment in winter, February is always twice as much as January. So if you have one of those, you can work out what the other one is. And then in spring, if you have March or April, as long as you have one of them, they're both the same amount. Again, as long as your assignments, though, are over the full 16 weeks and their credit course is not non-credit. So there's always little details, but the best way to make sure you can do this is to really please keep your pay stubs, especially as we're going into the new academic year. You want to be able to compare what you had in the coming semesters versus the previous semester. So really do keep those pay stubs from now on. The descriptions I just said about which months are the same pay is down in this box down here. So again, go to this retro checker, Hopefully you have enough of the pay stubs that you can put in the amounts for gross. If you just want to guess at what your gross amount is, of course, you could put those in, and that also will give you an estimate. But if you have the actual amounts, the numbers that you'll get in this estimator is really pretty accurate. If you are eligible for a longevity compensation, we're still working on that with IT and with human resources. So we'll let you all know about that as soon as that's in place. I hope you're doing well, and we'll be in touch really soon. Have a great day. Thanks.